If you manage to connect deeply with someone who doesn't open up easily, you might find yourself loved in a way that's deeper and more devoted than you ever imagined. Tonight, we're exploring the inner world of someone who guards their heart, and how to build a love that lasts a lifetime. People who keep their guard up, those who find it hard to trust, are often the very ones who long to believe in others more than anyone. The more they've experienced betrayal, the more painful it is. The thicker and quieter the walls around their heart become. That's why romantic progress can feel so slow. And why, just when you feel close, the distance widens again. If you find yourself drawn to someone like this right now, it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. The very fact that you're willing to engage with a closed-off heart is proof that your feelings are genuine. Tonight, we'll delve into what's happening deep within their heart, and how you can offer support to help those walls begin to soften. We'll gently explore that journey together, step by step. By the end, I believe you'll see their reserved nature in a completely different light. So, why do people who struggle to open up hesitate to trust so much? It's not because they were born cold-hearted. Every time we open ourselves up, we're taking a small risk. We show our vulnerabilities, hoping this person will be safe. And sometimes, that courage is met with betrayal. After experiencing that a few times, the heart quietly learns. If opening up means getting hurt, the heart decides it's safer not to open at all. This isn't weakness, it's a form of self-protection. Some people couldn't comfortably rely on others when they were young. Nights when crying brought no comfort. Memories of being disliked for speaking their truth. These small moments, one after another, make us very cautious about trusting people. So, for these individuals, it's less about closing their hearts, and more about building layers of protective doors. Behind those doors, there's genuinely warm affection. It just takes time to reach it. For instance, when you have dinner alone after work, there are nights you truly wish to hear someone's voice, but you consider reaching out, and then stop yourself. Don't you have experiences like that? Or maybe on the way home from a gathering that should have been fun. You feel drained, even though you were smiling the whole time. Being close to someone can just take a lot out of you. It's not because you dislike them, but because fear is right there beside you. That same dance is happening within them, too. The desire to connect, and the fear of getting too close. Those two are always running at the same time. And if their reply is a little cool, it doesn't mean they're not interested. It just means they're feeling scared again, in proportion to how close they let you get. They're simply caught in that cycle. Sometimes they'll seem to draw closer, and then suddenly go cold the next day. There are moments when contact just stops. That's not because their feelings for you have cooled. They're just surprised by how close they've become, and are stepping back for a moment. And after a while, they'll quietly return. They're people who go through that ebb and flow. Sometimes, they might do things that feel like they're testing you, like deliberately acting a little distant, or choosing to reply just a little bit later. They're just checking if you'll walk away because of it. They're not rejecting you, they just want to know you're truly okay. And if you stay the same through that, then a sense of security begins to build within them, little by little. Those few days without contact weren't a time they started to dislike you. They were simply moments of gently calming a heart that had drawn near. It's time spent reconfirming their own feelings. So, it's okay not to take silence as a bad sign. And here's what I really want you to remember. That distant behavior isn't a sign of rejection. Rather, it's a ripple effect from their heart being deeply moved. We don't get flustered by people we don't care about. They too are surely aware that they tend to push people away. They truly want to be more open. But their fear always comes first. And the one who feels most frustrated by this side of themselves is none other than them. Now, there's one important thing I want to share with you here. The people who guard their hearts most fiercely often love the deepest when they finally open up. This might sound a little strange at first, but once you understand why, it feels perfectly natural. Have you ever heard of the concept of sunk cost? It's that feeling when you can't let go of something because of all the time or money you've already invested. We often talk about it in terms of money or actions, but it actually applies just as much to our thoughts and feelings. Someone who hesitates to open up will spend days or weeks carefully considering whether they can truly trust a person. They'll deliberate with 3 or 4 times the caution of most people, reliving their words, scrutinizing their actions. Even then, fear might make them stop again and again. They might spend time taking one step forward, then two steps back. Usually, the more you think, the more cautious you become. And it becomes easier to decide it's not worth it. But the fact that they chose to trust this person, despite all that, means they chose them while holding on to all their doubts. It's a decision with immense weight. After all that deep, deep consideration, the answer they finally arrived at was to try trusting this person. That is the profound conclusion they've reached. Because I've thought about this so much, I've decided to believe. My desire to believe only grows stronger, more than anyone else's. I don't want to lose someone I've agonized over and chosen. I want to cherish this love and see it succeed. That's the depth of feeling packed in there. That's precisely why that person will face their partner with more sincerity and earnestness than anyone else. They'll treat that person with care, cherishing them from the heart, and quietly strive to love them deeply. Try to imagine it from their perspective. Someone who's held an umbrella over themselves for years, shielding them from the rain, is finally lowering the umbrella to look at the sky. They might get wet, they might catch a cold. Yet, they believed they'd be okay with you. That step they took, can you feel its significance? If that person chose you and took that step, it's the single, final answer. From someone who hesitated for months, for years. Please remember the weight of that step. Someone who's usually so guarded is quietly opening their door just for you. It means they feel safe with you, that their inner self has chosen you. It's not about logic, but a deep part of their heart, sensing that you're someone they can trust. Some people might call this devotion, or say it's wonderful, but I think there's something a little different going on. It's not so much that they can be devoted, it's that they have no other choice. Doubting, then believing, only to be hurt again, makes it harder and harder to trust anyone. So once they decide to trust, they can't let go easily. They're not the kind of people who can scatter their heart everywhere. In other words, no matter who they end up with, they're the kind of person who will continue to love that one person deeply. They're someone with a profound kind of connection. To put it simply, they're the type of person who tries to choose just one, their one true partner. There's one thing I'd really like to share with you here. What this person is seeking isn't a flashy thrill. It's not about excitement or grand surprises. What they've been searching for all along is a quiet foundation of trust and security. So you don't need to do anything extraordinary. No expensive gifts, no perfectly crafted words are necessary. Just approach them with sincerity and honesty. Keep the small promises you make, one by one. That's all it takes for their heart to slowly open up. For instance, making sure to reply when you said you would. Actually going together to that place you mentioned. Not changing plans last minute when you've agreed to meet. Gently keeping a small secret they've shared. Not drastically changing your mood when you're feeling off. It's the accumulation of these ordinary actions that quietly allow trust to take root within them. This resonates far more deeply than words ever could, because they've been let down by words so many times. They trust a consistent attitude more than sweet talk. They find comfort in lasting sincerity, not grand displays of affection. More than 100 I love yous spoken aloud. I'm someone who trusts the promise kept 7 times over. This person might not say much. They don't often say I like you or I miss you. But that's not because their feelings are shallow. It's because their feelings are too deep to be lightly put into words. Beneath their quietness, profound emotions lie dormant. Even when they decide to trust, they're still a little clumsy. They struggle to lean on you, can't quite be fully open. That awkwardness emerges the more they truly care about you. They're simply trying their best with something unfamiliar. With each 7 promises they keep, one layer of guardedness dissolves. Try to see it from that perspective. Small acts of sincerity, repeated, rather than one grand declaration of love. That's how you find the key to their heart. When the seasons change, and the other person isn't feeling well, they'll subtly show they care, without making a fuss. This person truly notices that gentle consideration. It's the quiet kindness, not the showy kind, that truly reaches them. It takes 3 months for them to finally open up just a little. Some people just move at their own pace. So don't rush to close the distance. Matching their stride and walking beside them is what truly matters. There are things you can start doing tonight. Say one less thing to them. Try to give them a little more time to respond. Don't pressure them, don't test them, just be there. That alone will gently ease their guard. If you don't hear back right away, wait 3 days. Instead of chasing, just stay peacefully present. That space will become a signal of reassurance for them. Because for someone who feels like running when pursued, they can finally breathe by the side of someone who doesn't chase. But still, this can't continue if you wear yourself out. Don't always adjust to their pace. You have your own life too. Someone who cherishes that will paradoxically feel more secure with you. At a reunion after a long time, when someone treats you the same way they always have, it's wonderfully comforting. They're seeking exactly that, you know. It's the comfort of someone who stays the same, even as time passes. The moment someone truly opens up isn't usually a grand event. It's more like suddenly, quietly sharing a genuine feeling. Or beginning to talk about their past, things they never shared before. These are small signs that they're starting to trust you. Please, receive those signs gently, without rushing them. Some of you might be thinking this right now. Am I giving too much, just enduring things myself? It's completely natural to feel that way. But please, let me reassure you. When someone who's held back finally opens their heart, they won't forget what you've given them. They remember you patiently stayed with them. You didn't rush or blame, you just trusted and waited. Those memories are etched deeply in their heart. After they open up, they transform, almost like a different person. The one who seemed so guarded, only with you, will start to relax, to smile without holding back. And it's because it's you that you can bring out that smile. And once you open your heart to someone, they'll often return a lifetime of sincerity. For someone who's been hesitant to trust, they can love more deeply and for longer. When someone truly opens up to you like this, they start noticing even your smallest changes. If you look tired, they'll gently check in. If something good happens, they'll share your joy. Their way of loving isn't flashy, but it's profoundly steady. Sharing coffee at the same table on a weekend morning. These are moments without grand words or big events. The person who cherishes these quiet mornings most is often someone who hadn't fully opened up before. Because they've found reassurance, not just excitement. This was surely never just a chance encounter. People with guarded hearts find their way. To those who can quietly wait, there's a real reason for this connection. If someone who spends years carefully choosing just one person to truly open up to has chosen you, it's because your true self was shining through. The sincerity you've built up, without even realizing it, is something they truly saw. We sometimes talk about a special kind of connection. It might sound a little grand, but this is what I believe it means. With them, you can even see your own vulnerable side. And because of that, there's someone you can face without running. Someone you can gently reflect each other's hurts with. It means you've found a person like that. Meeting someone like that quietly nurtures your heart. The experience of being able to trust and wait for someone so deeply will gently make you stronger from now on. Of course, not everything always goes perfectly. Sometimes, even with time, you can't reach them. Their wounds might just be too deep. Still, the time you spent engaging with sincerity will never be in vain. If it's a truly essential connection, it will stay with you. It just might not look the same way. Sometimes we form deep bonds with the people in our lives right now. And sometimes, someone else might appear as an even better fit. So, it's okay not to hold too tightly to a specific outcome. Tonight, we've journeyed together into the heart of someone who might seem closed off. We've traced this path all the way here. The reason they might seem distant isn't because they're cold, but because there's a pattern where the closer they get, the more afraid they become. And it means that once they decide to trust, they can love more deeply than anyone. You, who have been trying to truly connect with them, you haven't done anything wrong. The ability to stay close to someone with a guarded heart comes from you, a person who already possesses the power to believe. The time you're spending now, waiting, isn't an empty space where nothing is happening. It's like gently planting roots of reassurance in their heart, a crucial time for growth. You might still feel you can't quite see their heart, and there might be nights you feel anxious. But that anxiety arises precisely because you are so invested. Please hold on to that anxiety as a quiet testament to your genuine commitment. It's okay not to have all the answers tonight. You've already given this more than enough thought. Please, there's no need to rush. Some love needs time to truly grow. It's perfectly fine if it takes months for their heart to open. Think of it like letting a season or two gently pass. Just keep your own pace and stay by their side. It's often near someone patient that a guarded heart begins to soften. regardless of when their heart finally opens up. The very fact that you can care for someone so thoughtfully makes you someone truly invaluable. If you like, try whispering this to yourself. I'll nurture this connection with trust, without rushing. Even thinking that can lighten your heart a little tonight. If you feel inclined, you can also share it in the comments. The more tightly a door is shut, the deeper the light when it finally opens. This quiet time you're in now will surely bear beautiful fruit.